Now, everyone shouldn't have a problem with 50% of 86. That's just 43, correct? Now, everybody should be able to say, well, 75% is easier if I just say it's 3/4, correct? So then 3/4 of 44, 44 divided by 4 is 11. 11 times 3 was 33. If you know that, that's pretty good. All right. Now, come on. What, Titus?
I just forgot how you like set it up and get the answer.
Well, 75% is 3/4, right?
So times that by
44. Yeah.
so
You got it? Come on, Titus. Tell me
I just don't get this.
Okay, so I'm totally good with you on that, saying that. So here we go. I'll tell you again. Ready? I need you to tell me this, buddy. Do you understand that 75% is 3/4? You could say, I don't understand that.
I know it's 3/4.
Okay, perfect. Now we're one step at a time, okay? One step. So 3/4. Of in math means multiply. So we're going to multiply 3/4 times 44. Now we did a whole unit on fractions. I mean about playing around right now. You with me on this?
Mhm.
So now what's 44 divided by 4?
11.
Right, so this reduces to 11. 11 times 3 is what?
33. So do we do that with all of them?
No, there's different ways of doing all of them. That's why it's hard. Yeah, I'm trying to make you a thinker, right? So now 60%. In my opinion, 60% is 50% and 10%. That was always the easy way for me. I know you can do 10% and multiply by 6. But to me, half of 450 was not a problem. 50% of 450 was 225. And 10% is 45. So I add that together, 270. Now you might say, I like 10%. 10% is 45, then multiply that by 6. 6 times 40 is 240. 6 times 5 is 30. 240 plus 30 is 270.
I did it 6/10, and I simplified that to get 3/5.
Yes, and that's a nice way to do it. Yeah, look, I'm really proud of you for telling me that. 60% is the same as the fraction 3/5. So you could say 450 divided by 5 is 90. 90 times 3 is 270. There's lots of ways to think. All right. 300% just means what? Times 3. So everybody should be able to say 15. Now, you're deciding right now how much you know. If you're missing all of them, you don't know much. And your hand should be up like Titus saying, show me this one again. All right. No shame in me showing you something again. I know because you weren't here at all yesterday, so it's going to take more time. 300% is the same as the number 3. Okay. We did a whole unit on Monday on percentages. You with me on that, Kirsten? So 300% means 300 divided by 100. So that's what 300%. 300% is equal to the number 3. 3 times 5 is 15. And you'll have to listen to the videos. I promise you'll get it. All right. We did 17 already. Well, 20, half of that is 522. Now, 23 was the hard one. Do you remember what I told you? What is this? 62.5% is the same as what? No. 62.5% is the same as what? Nope. What fraction?
No,
1/3.
1.
Did I write it up here? Didn't we do the eighths yesterday? Here we go. Let's put these up here again. So 12.5% is the same as what? No. 12.5% is the same as 1/8.
Huh?
37.5% is the same as what? 3/8. 62.5% is the same as 5/8. 87.5%. That's the same as 7/8. Because earlier in the year, we did 1/8. Listen to me, guys. Earlier in the year, 1/8 was equal to 0.125. 3/8 was equal to 0.375. 5/8 was 0.625. 7/8 is 0.875. I always said, if you remember those, life can be much easier down the road. Now, this is a percentage, would be 12.5%. This would be 37.5%. This would be 62.5%. This would be 87.5%. Now that's advanced. I'm not denying that. That's a little bit harder, requires a little bit more thought and recognition. All right. So those are what those fractions are equivalent to. I would like you to know that. All right. I understand if you're having trouble with it. You don't have to tell me. All right. I'll be explaining it and re-explaining it and doing it over and over. Yes, sir.
But how do you know how do you know 62 and 1/2? Like, how do you know that's 5/8?
Because I did 5 divided by 8 and I got 0.625. But but let me show you something else I used to show my kids. Look, I'll show you how I do it in my head. Watch, look up. Can someone tell me what 1/4, what decimal is that?
0.25.
0.25. Now, come on, look up. What's half of 25? 12.5. We agree with that?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So what's half of 1/4? No, what's 1/8? That's how I do that.
What?
Come on, tell me, please. Everyone in here knows that 1/4 is 25, right?
Yeah.
And I'm asking you, if you had $25 in your hand, half of that is what? $12.50. That's where the 0.125 or that's where the 0.125 comes in. I just took half of 25. Half of 25 is 0.125. Yes or no?
5/8, how do you?
So now watch me. Here's how my brain works. 4/8 is the same as 1/2. Do we agree? 1/2 is the same as 0.5. So what's 4/8 plus 1/8? 5/8. What's 0.5 plus 0.125?
0.6.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but so like
Yeah, but what?
like the percent, like 62 and 1/2%.
Look at this right here. To convert that to a percent, you just move it over. 62.5%.
That it, and then you just,
That's how you know.
then what would you do after that?
Well, we'll get to that now. So I'm happy with this, 62.5%. I'm totally fine with you going, man, the guy's crazy. There's no way I'm remembering that. I'm okay with you saying that. But there's 2 or 3 of you in here that are like, oh, that's pretty cool. I can understand that. That's all I'm asking. Some of you don't want to know. I can't help that. Some of you like maybe interested in numbers, right? That's pretty cool. And when I figured that out, I was like, man, I can do all these fractions in my head because I remember a couple numbers, right?
A couple.
Yeah. So I know that 62.5% is the same as 0.625, which we talked about is 5/8. And let's say you didn't know that. Now you do, right? So now what's 5/8 times 80? Come on now. What am I doing with the 80 and the 8?
80 divided by.
80 divided by, which is
10.
times 5, which is, there you have it, guys. 50. Everybody knows that's 50. Come on now, wake up. Wake up. Please wake up. Come on, you don't even have to know. You just follow along and I'm doing lots of problems. You should be going, okay, okay, okay. I might not be able to do it by myself, but with some guidance, I'm good. All right, that's what we're doing right now.
How is 62.5 equal to 5/8 if 5/8 is not even a whole number?
I have no idea what you just asked.
If 62.5 is somehow equal to.
Do you want me to divide 5 by 8 for you?
No, I know that like 8.8, 5 divided by 8, 6.625. But how is 62 and 1/2 equal to 5/8 if 5/8 doesn't even have a whole number?
Because this is, remember, 62.5%. Listen to me, I really appreciate your question.
Oh, it's out.
Yes, sir. There we go, right?
Yeah.
It's out of 100. That makes sense now, right? Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, ask questions. Right? You should want to know. Numbers make the world go round. Right? It's all about money and finances, business. You got to be good with numbers. All right, come on. You can do that. All right, 75%. We already said we know that's what? 3/4 times 880. Titus, what's the matter? Come on, buddy. Don't give up now. Don't go back to like you were the first day of class. You're tougher than that. 880 divided by 4. What's that?
220.
220. Come on now. That's not that hard. Then 220 times 3. Yeah, if somebody asked you that and you were able to tell them that's 660, they'd look at you like you're crazy. Right? You know this. All right. 50% of 2,500 is what? 1250. I like that answer.
This one.
50. I know it's okay. It doesn't matter to me. It's you're trying. It's when I'm looking at your paper, you're just writing down what I'm writing down is not helpful. 50% is 1250. Does anybody have a problem with that? Kirsten, does that make sense to you, right? Now, what's 10%, guys? 250. So what do I do with those numbers? And that's not hard to add now. 1,500. Okay, now I'm thinking back. 300% was times what? Times 3. So 900% is probably times 9, which is what? 27. All right. Now, hopefully you got about half. If you got more than half, I'm really happy. All right. Now we're getting to the estimation, which is really annoying. There's lots of possibilities. All right. So what's 50%?
55%.
I'm just asking, what's 50%?
Half.
Half. What's half of 32? 16. All right. Now, if I wanted to, what's 10%?
3.2.
3.2. So 5% would be about 1 point something, right? I know it's 1.6, but do we care? So then 55% is probably right around what? Somebody said 18. Now, remember, we said 10%. Please listen. 10% of 32 is what? 3.2. So 5%. What's half of 3? 1.5, right? So if I add those together, I'm roughly right around what? 17.5. If you want to say 18, do I care? No. So those are your options. I'm somewhere around the number 18. Now listen, hey Siri, what's 55% of 32?
55% times 32 is 17.6.
How close are we, guys? That's kind of nice. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You want to just be close. You want to be close here. All right. So instead of 42%, I'm going to make that what? 40%. 495, I'm just going to change to what? 500. There you have it. What's 10%? 50. So 40% would be So I'm saying that's roughly 200. Now, Titus, am I doing better now? Come on, I don't want to go too fast, but I can't go slow. I did times 5, or I'm sorry, times 4. I want 40%, correct? Hold on, that was a little sloppy, I'm sorry. 40% is 10% times 4, correct? Kirsten, 10% times 4, that's 40%, right? So I took 50 and multiplied it by 4. That's how I got the 200.
I don't think she does have.
No one's asking you. See what I'm saying, right? She's brilliant. Right? I just multiplied this by 4, Kirsten. And I multiplied this by 4. What?
I did 40 over 40 and 500. And then I did 2 over 5. And I divided 5 by 500 and multiplied it. I got 100.
What's your answer?
100.
You didn't multiply it by 2, though. You forgot the 2/5, not the 1/5. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So 8%, I don't like that number, so we'll call it what? 10%. So if I move this up a little bit, I should probably move that what?
Down.
Down a little bit. So 10% of what? 220, I can roughly say is about what? 22. So let's see how we did. Hey Siri, what's 8% of 224?
8% times 224 is 17.92.
So we're in the ballpark. Do we agree with that? Right? That's not a bad estimate.
It'll above.
Would 11.92 be like acceptable?
How did you get that?
I have no clue.
Yeah, when we say estimate, we want round numbers. I'm not trying to get decimal points. Do you understand me on that? Right? So I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to ask you now, do you understand I converted 8% to what?
Oh, good times.
Yes. You agree with me now? All right, then I just moved this down a little bit. All right, and then I just took 10%. All right, 78%, we can just call what? I'm okay with 80. And I move that up a little bit, so 80% of 10. What's that?
8.
Everybody happy with that? Everybody's good? Right, I like that. Okay, now let's see who's thinking now. See who's thinking. Anybody want to give me a shot at what they thought the answer was? Ella,
I thought the answer was 2 because I run 1/2 of the 1.
nice work. 1% is 3.76. Very nice.
76 down and 2.
Okay, but now, does everybody agree? 1% is 3.76. Do we all agree?
Half, just like.
So we want to divide that by 2. Divide that by 2. My explanation was I don't feel like doing half of 3.76, so I just made that number what? 4. And then half of 4 is what? 2. So it's approximately 2. Everybody okay with that? Come on, Titus. Don't give up on me. Tell me what.
My first answer is what was right. I got a 1.9.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. But you agree, we're just trying to estimate, so I don't want the numbers to be too hard. All right, so 247, I'm just gonna call that what? 250. 250% of, I'm just gonna make 192 what? I'm just gonna make it 200 because I'm rounding. I don't feel like messing with 190.
Wait. But if you're going to 150, you need to go down.
I know, but the 190, it's not gonna make that much of a difference because it's really close to 200.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you did 190, I just don't feel like doing 190 plus 190 plus half 190. I'd rather just say 250%. What's 100%?
190. I mean, 200, I guess.
200. All right, so 200% would be what? 200% would be 400. What's 50% of 200? 100. So altogether, that would be what? 500. 50% of 200. What is the matter? Right? Yeah, but you're close to 500. You're close to 500. All right, let's talk about 65%. Let's just make that what?
60. 60.
I'm okay with 70%. 70% of what? 80. All right, 10% would be what? So 70% would be about 56. Everybody okay with that? Well, 10% is what? 8. And we want 70%. You understand now, right? All right, I'm happy with that. All right, let's continue down. 47% is close to what?
50.
All right, 50% is just half. What's half of that? So 105 would be a good guess. If you just made it 200, would I really even care? I wouldn't care. Some of you are better with numbers. So 210 is good because you can do half of 210 easy. 105. 11% is definitely close to what?
10.
10%,
Just 2.9.
right? And that we could just say is 2.9.
I just got 3, because I turned 29. 30.
And I'm glad with that too, 30. I'm totally good with that. Milo, how you doing? All right. Now, everyone, come on now, please, come on, talk about 62 now. We've done it 3 or 4 times. Let's see if I've made some ground. All right, let's see if you understand. Milo, I'm going to tell you, I can assure you that. I just want your answer. What? Okay, so now, listen, is that more or less than 1%? Right, less than 1%, correct? Do you agree?
Yeah.
So what's 1%? Psh, well, what's 10%?
Oh, 50.
Yeah, so what's 1%? Yeah, so I need you to tell me 1% is 5.67. You hear me on that? And so 1/6 of a percent. Just divide that by 6. And what do we get about? Shh, don't listen to anybody. Round 5 point, what number's close to being divisible by 6?
No.
Convert 5.67 to what? What number close to 6? It's kind of a trick question. No, don't be, listen to me. Don't. I'm just saying, look at the number 5.67. I'm trying to divide that by 6. You agree with me? So what do I want to change 5.67 by so it's divisible by 6? Shh. What's the first number divisible by 6? I understand. Look, I'm looking. Hey, Milo, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You know that. I'm just trying to help you, buddy. Don't worry about it. You're not, and now a lot of people don't understand. Right? So don't sweat it, man. Come on, I'm just trying to help you. That's it. I need you to have a better understanding of numbers. That's it, buddy. No shame at all. Nothing. So it's a trick question. I'm trying to divide by 6. I'm going to put it up on the board. I'm trying to divide this by 6. I don't feel like doing 5.67 divided by 6. So what do I want to change this number to? So I can easily divide it by 6. There you go, buddy. And what's 6 divided by 6? Which is close to what? You would have been right. You with me? 1/6 of a percent is almost what? Nothing. You agree with that? So his 0 was a good answer. So you understand what I'm saying? 0%. If I'm going to take 0% of your salary, that means I get what? $0. So if I have 1/6 of a percent, that's like next to nothing. You with me on that? Right? So you're right. Well, now you understand what I'm trying to tell you, though, right? Okay, buddy. Come on, guys. Don't worry about being wrong now. Come on, we got to do this for another year and a half. You can't worry about being wrong. All right, worry about not knowing. That's what you should be worried about. Go.
I thought you were supposed to divide by 2.
What am I supposed to do with what you think?
Well, like,
I can't help what you think.
you.
I'm getting 1/6 of a percent. Do you agree? So you mean to tell me from 1% to 1/6, I would divide by 2? I'm just asking. No, it doesn't matter. How do I get from 1% to 1/6 of a percent? I take 1 and I divide it by 6. That's how I get 1/6.
Okay.
You with me? Just like if I said, what's 1/5 of a percent? You take 1% and then you do what? Now we're in business. All right. So, Sebastian, go.
Maybe that 50% would be 400.
50%. Listen to the guy. 50% is equal to 400.
350. So I did 400 times 3 and I got 1200.
Ooh, I like that method. All right. But I just knew 100% was what? 800. So I just added that 1200. He did 50% times 3. That's beautiful. Easy. Good job. Yes, sir. Well, you got it wrong then. How did you get 900 from that?
150 down to 150% and 800 to 801 to 800.
Wow, that's kind of what I did. 150% of 800. Go ahead. Is what?
800 is
Good. Wow.
8%.
And what's 50% of 800? Don't tell me it's 100. Wait, never mind. I'm trying not to laugh on that one. I'm trying not to laugh. 800 plus 400. No, no explanation. I've counted 8, 9. There we go. We're trying to figure that out as a class. 8 plus 4 is 9. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Is there like a negative?
Don't worry, video. That wasn't Cal. Don't worry about that. That was not Cal. Wow. Oh, listen to this one. This ought to be interesting. Go.
1,280 acceptable.
I'm okay with 1,280, but I'm not sure where the 80 comes from. Go ahead, enlighten me. And please don't tell me 8 plus 4 is 1.
Was 153 to 160 and
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that. But listen, we want to make it 50% because 50% is easy to do.
1 through 4, stay on the floor.
There we go. All righty. So now, listen, I am pretty happy with that. Let's look over here because your homework is going to be to do the third column over. Does it make all the way down? All right. But while we still have a few minutes, let's practice. 32% of 26. The third one, all the way down. All right. Help me with 32% of 26. What do we got? Tell me it. I'm going to let you redeem yourself. Go. I like that.
26 would go up to 30.
I like that.
And then 10% of 30 is 3 times 3 is 6.
Yes. So a good approximation. About 9. Thank you. Sebastian, go.
So I would make 68 to 70%.
Good.
And then 12 to 10.
Good.
And then 70% of 10 is just 7.
Thank you with that. That's nice work. Okay, here we go. Since you messed up the last one, I'm gonna let you do this one.
Alright, so 1/2, I'm gonna round to 1. And then 381, I'm around 380. And then I'm gonna, 1% of 380 is 3.80. And then you divide that by 2,
Right,
and you get, well, I would round 3.8 to 4.
right. Yeah, buddy. Now you understand. Go, Sawyer.
Oh, no, I wasn't gonna do this one. I was gonna, wait, I can do this one too.
Yeah. Go, 210%.
What, 850?
200%. Listen to what he said. 200% is 850. Is everybody okay with that?
Plus 42.5, so like
42.5.
870.
5 plus 4. Come on, you're laughing at him.
What? 5
Five.
plus 4 is 9.
You're welcome. 0 plus 2, is that throwing you off?
No, it's 2.
All right.
You got it from there.
892. Wow, that was quick. So 210% is 892.5. Listen to Titus real quick. I'll get you. What's the matter, Titus?
Why don't you do 850?
Because we want 200%. 100% is equal to 425, right? Double it, because that's 200%. You hear me? 100% is equal to 425. So if I multiply that by 2, multiply that by 2, I get 200% is equal to 850. Good for you. Kirsten, go. What did you got it? Good. All right, sorry, I'm listening.
Is 37.5 like 3/8?
Yes, 37.5%. And I wrote them down for a reason.
I didn't write them down.
All right, well, you should write them down because you didn't know them before.
It'll be all right.
All right. All right, guys. So your homework. Listen, a great day today. I appreciate it. All right. Listen, I want good notes on your paper for the third column all the way over. Just show me what you did. Show me what you did to get the answers. All right. Very good work. Very good. Some of you stayed awful quiet.
8 plus 4 is 1.
You were so confident.
8 plus 4 is 9.